Hey guys, it's January 26th, so it should be day 25 of Methotrexate. Um, I've had 3 doses so far, and as you can see right now, I'm still scratching. There hasn't been much improvement. Um, in my last update, I said that my head was starting to weep, and it got better a day afterwards, and then it started weeping again. Um, it's just been really frustrating and terrible. Um, like even now, like all my arms are covered in like rashes, and I can't stop scratching. Right, I've been putting on like Protopic every single day. Um, Not much of improvement. I think it's just keeping stuff at bay right now, and I think yeah, I went back to my dermatologist this week after my head started weeping the second time, and as you can tell, I'm bald. So I cut all my pretty much shaved my head because my hair was blocking my scalp, and my scalp was like weeping, and it was being like pretty much caking up my hair, and it was all pretty gross. So in order to keep it clean, I shaved my head, and then after I shaved my head, I was actually able to apply Protopic directly onto my scalp, and that helped a lot. And then the next day, it stopped weeping, and throughout the day, I can feel like a breeze on my head, pretty much, and it was just pretty much drying out the like all of the oozing and the weeping, right? And afterwards, it dried up, and then now it's just dry skin. Now the infection's cleared. Uh, at the same time, I've before that, when I had hair, I was using like a tar soap and also the medical anti dandruff antifungal shampoo, and yeah, it would help. It would definitely make it would make my hair softer, but it wouldn't remove the itching 100%. And some nights it would just be unbearable itching, and like part of the reason also why I shave my head as well is because when I shave my head, I can actually apply lotion directly to my scalp, and it helps a lot, especially during nighttime when stuff starts getting a little bit too dry. I have the humidifiers on at nighttime, and I don't find it really helps. Um, of course it makes I keep the humidity around like 50%, so it's fairly high, but I still feel my skin dries out naturally because of the sheets that I'm like, just my sheets are just sucking up all the, well, I put on lotion before bed, it dries up, and then obviously I rub with my sheets, and my sheets just suck up all the lotion off of me because of how often I'm changing my sheets and how often I think because my sheets are really clean and they just suck up all the oil off of my body. And then it ends up me having dry skin and then starting to scratch and things like that. So especially on my scalp and my pillow and things like that. So yeah, it's been tough. Um, I've in fact I've been scratching this entire time, and subconsciously now I just have to scratch. Like I can't do anything about it, and any activity that I'm doing right now, I just scratch, and then I realize I'm scratching, and I start to stop, and then immediately I try to focus on something else, and immediately my hand just finds a way to start scratching again, and then I start noticing again. I go, oh crap, okay. So yeah, just trying my best right now, just to keep it steady, keep it sane, right? It's been really discouraging, but good news is last yesterday morning I had a emergency appointment with my dermatologist, um, and she gave me a prescription for some kind of like pretty much antifungal medication, so that next time if my head starts weeping, I can put that on immediately, and it should stop the fungal growth, and it should pretty much reduce the infection. It's essentially an antibiotic. Um, Unfortunately, if it does happen to weep, I have to put it on for 5 days in a row and 3 times a day, which is kind of like a pain in the butt, but small price to pay for that stuff. Um, Other than that, we also kind of are noticing that, like, methotrexate is taking a long time to kind of produce any type of results. It doesn't seem like it's work. Well, it doesn't work at all, at least yet. And to be expected because it takes about 6 weeks, right? But the thing is, my eczema is so severe that it's like all over my entire body. Like, I'll show you here. Excuse the nudity, but it's like all over my chest, like all over my shoulders. I'll show you here. Ugh. So all over my shoulders here, all over my back, everywhere. It's just it's a goddamn nightmare. And show you on my legs here. Get ready for the leg show. bam. So like all over my legs, all over my inner thighs, everywhere. Like it's just pretty much 90% coverage of my entire body, right? So yeah, it's tough. I don't know what to say. Like I mean, it's not as bad as when I started with methotrexate. That time, my entire body was stinging, and now it's just my body's dry and itchy. And I think it's about to gonna. I think it's gonna get stinging soon because the flare up is happening everywhere. And the first stage of a flare up is just swelling and general uncomfortable, being generally uncomfortable, right, and just scratching. And then the second stage is when your body starts to heal and get rid of the bad skin, and that's when it starts getting dry and flaky. And then at that point, when it gets dry and flaky, now then it's gonna sting like like hell, right? So I'm pretty sure that that's coming up for me in the next week. I'm not looking forward to that. But in the good news is that they found my dermatologist has also started my application for Dupexent. Um, and hopefully I get approved for it. I know it's devastatingly expensive, so I hope that we're applying for the pretty much the manufacturer's financial assistance program. Just to give you an idea, methotrexate is about $30,000. Yeah, $30,000 for a year's supply. So that's essentially 2 syringes every 2 weeks. Sorry, one syringe every two. For the first time you have 2 syringes, and then for every 2 weeks you have one syringe, and each syringe is about $600 or $700. So you're looking about like $1,400 for the first dose, and then 2 weeks subsequently after that, it's going to be another $1,400 because they only come in packs of two. So your first, second, and third dose is going to be about $22,800, and that's after the financial assistance programs. And essentially, what happens is, yeah, it's I hope it works out. Essentially, there's a thing called Freedom Support Program for those of you in Canada who are applying for Dupexent. And once your dermatologist kind of like submits your application for the program, the folks at Dupexent or Sanifol, the company that I think is a subsidiary of Dupexent. Sorry, it's the parent company for Dupexent. Their workers kind of help you navigate your insurance and things like that. So I'll keep you guys posted on my personal situation, what happens. But hopefully things work out. If and I'm going to say this, like if it ends up being too expensive, I'm not gonna get it, right. And if this is my life now, then fine. I'm not going to be putting my family in financial jeopardy because of my own personal comfort. And I don't say that lightly. This is one of the hardest things that I've ever dealt with in my life because of how devastating it is to my sleep, to my normal work habits, to my day-to-day life. But there is no way I'm going to be putting my family in financial jeopardy just so that I feel a little bit better, right? I mean, of course, day-to-day life, I know that I can still maintain my work. I can still, sleep, but like it's the tough decision that like a dad has to make, right? Like I'm not going to be. I need to make sure that my family's financially stable. I need to make sure we're saving for retirement and everything like that, right? So something like this to foot the bill over is just devastating, right? And so I'll find a way. I'll let you guys know what happens, and hopefully that can for anybody else who wants to apply for Dupexent in the future, maybe that maybe my information will help them and things like that. But then again, things are changing case by case. But there is a freedom support program, excuse me, that helps you. And I know that in Ontario and Quebec and as well as New Brunswick, there's also public reimbursement for Dupexent as well. So the provincial government will actually help you cover it. Unfortunately, in Alberta, I don't think we have something like that. But I'll let you guys know. I'm just at the very beginning of my application, so I'll keep you guys posted. And yeah, I hope I go to the next week. okay? Because it is everywhere. Like everywhere is bumps, red bumps. Um, so I'm not looking forward to this. Um, and if it does, my skin, I'm like trying to trim my nails down and make them smooth as possible, so to minimize them as much damage as possible, because I don't want to go through the shower situation where I'm burning like hell. That is hell on earth, and I don't want to burn like for 5 hours, like 3 hours in the morning again. Like I'm gonna have to book like time off. That shit would be like that'll ruin me. So wish me luck, guys. I hope I can make it through this one. And yeah, uh, again, words of encouragement to anybody who has eczema, especially as severe as mine. Um, Fight it through, right? What can you do? Find a reason to live, right? Make sure that you have loved ones, you have people who depend on you, right? And who knows, Monday may get better, right? It really, who knows, right? There's so much about the human immune system and about eczema that people just still don't understand and still don't know, right? And then so you get like new medications like Depexin that just only came out, that just got approved by the health associations in 2018 now, right? And so finally there's some type of renaissance for eczema and like immune system responses and things like that. And hopefully we get to the future where we do find a cure, right? But in the meanwhile, I would say hold through it. It's not life-threatening. Of course, it's stressful as hell. Um, and I don't want to minimize the fact that how much it sucks and how much of a day-to-day pain in the ass it is. But at the end of the day, I still have two arms, I still have two legs, I still have my mind. And for the brief moments that I can concentrate, right? And so I don't want to let this thing get me down and prevent me from doing anything to protect my family or to provide for my family and my loved ones. So yeah, hang it through, hang it tough. And for those of you who are going through eczema alone and things like that, just reach out and find some help, right? Like don't leave it to yourself. Don't be isolated, and really really concentrate on the lifestyle changes. I think a huge part of my life is that I have a lot of stress in my life. I have a big family. uh, Me and my fiance, sometimes we argue over the littlest things, and so I think especially during the last 4 or 5 months of me and my eczema getting really bad, like we found out to kind of really work things out. Don't get angry over small things. Talk it out. If you're upset, just go to the other room and just calm down, decompress, and don't go after each other, right? And so yeah, especially for stress, you really got to manage it with eczema. And I haven't had much stress for like the past like 3 months or so, but I think my body might be going through topical corticosteroid withdrawal because I use a ton of it in the past, and now I'm only using Protopic, and my body's like, what the hell is this? It's too mild, right? So maybe it's just punishing me for that, and that's why I have constant flare-ups for like the last 2 months, 3 months, right? But I think it's manageable. I think if I just keep calm, I lean into the pain, allow it to, be there and accept it. I think at the end of the day, I can get through this. And yeah, hopefully I'll let you guys know what happens with Depexin and things like that. I'm sorry this video was so long and I rambled on for so long, but that's pretty much my update. So yeah, if you can tell, my face is cleared. Forgot to mention that my face, that day, the last video that I posted up, my face was flaring up again in my whole head, right? So I put Protopic on, and then 3 or 4 days after that, it cleared up again. So it'll flare up anyways, regardless of putting on Protopic every day. But at least with Protopic, it clears up. It just cycles through, right? It doesn't stay forever. Previously, when I wasn't using Protopic, it would just stay forever. So thank God there's at least breaks and small mercies in the middle. So yeah, okay. Well, that's my update. So good luck. Stay safe, everybody. I hope you have a good week ahead and the remainder of the week. And yeah, thanks for catching up. And if you made it to this far in 14 minutes, Jesus, I'm sorry that I took so much of your time. I'll tell a couple jokes and fart jokes later, so, you know, it'll be worth your time. All right. Take care, folks. Bye.